day in the quarantine hotel and I'm pretty bored. And also, I have no schedule at work, so I've decided to just make a video. Now, some of my friends are asking about the requirements and the process in order to come back home. So here it is. I will talk about the requirements as a tourist and the requirements as an OFW. The information that I will be sharing is based on the experience that I have traveling through Thai Airways. If you are an OFW, then you're very lucky because everything will be shouldered by the government. So it is really, really good. Take note that these requirements varies from the airlines that you will be flying. But one thing to be sure is that if you're having a connecting flight, then the requirements will be the same. Like if you travel from Germany to Bangkok and your other flight will be from Bangkok to the Philippines, or you have a flight from Hong Kong to the Philippines, then the last flight's requirements would be the same because your destination is Philippines. From Frankfurt Airport in Germany, there are only 21 passengers that time. So they only asked for two requirements. The first one is the RT-PCR test. It should be taken within 72 hours. And the second one is the travel insurance. It should have a coverage of at least $100,000. Okay, when I checked in Frankfurt Airport, it was really quick. I finished it in less than 5 minutes. After I traveled from Frankfurt, I arrived in Bangkok. So in Bangkok, it's my connecting flight and I will be flying back to the Philippines. So this time here, it's a tough time because they will be checking your requirements one by one and they are so detailed. You will be called many times to come back and they will take another photo of your requirements. But anyway, I don't complain because after all, I have a really good accommodation. Okay, so here are the requirements for tourists, returning Filipinos, and OFWs. Actually, both the tourists and the OFWs have the same requirement. The only difference is that the tourists will be paying it on their own. So they will pay their own quarantine hotel and they will pay for their PCR test. And for OFWs, then you will be shouldered by the government. But I didn't take the repatriation flights from Germany to the Philippines. I paid it on my own and it's really, really expensive. Anyway, if you arrive in the airport, you need to have the RT-PCR test. It should be valid within 72 hours and make sure that the result is written in English. Also, you need to check if it has the date and the specific time that the sample was taken. Second, you need to have the QR code for One Health Pass and balikpinas.ph. We have the Red Cross. You also need to have the QR code for that. And the fourth one, I didn't know about this one because honestly, I did a lot of research, but I didn't find this one online. You need to have the PadLab QR code. So you need to register in padlab.ph. Also, you will be needing a face shield. So this one, it's really, really funny. I didn't expect that I will be needing this one because honestly, if you will go to Europe, no one is wearing face shield and they will find it so weird if you do that. So I didn't have it. Luckily, I met someone there in the airport. We have 8 hours layover and I met maybe some VIPs from the Philippines. I'm not so sure because they really don't want to introduce themselves. She gave me her face shields. I just cleaned it out with alcohol and I was able to use it. Now, take note, the face shield is only used in the Philippines. No other countries are using that, as far as I know. You also need to have your hotel reservation, but since we are OFWs, you don't need to think about it. You just need to show your One Health Pass because the OWA will be giving you all the accommodation when you arrived in Manila. Now, for tourists, you need to show your at least 10 days of booking confirmation in the accredited quarantine hotels in Manila, and you will be doing the Red Cross as well, but you will pay it on your own. That's why I'm telling you guys, if you are coming back to the Philippines as a tourist with no deep reason, you better not, because it's really, really expensive. I met some friends in the airport and they are traveling as a tourist and they're spending so much money with the hotel. One of my friends, she paid around $700. That is equivalent to 35,000 pesos for 10 days hotel. I'm not sure if the meals are included. And I have another friend, she paid 15,000 pesos for the hotel and she needs to pay additional 500 pesos for lunch and dinner just for a day, and another 250 pesos if she wanted to have breakfast. So she will be spending 750 pesos for the meal. So it's really expensive because we are not allowed to order food online because Manila is under ECQ right now. Well, for OFWs, the process is quite long and tough, but we have no right to complain because everything here is provided by the government. We should be very thankful about it. And so, if you are an OFW and you are coming back to your hometown and you need to have another flight, no worries because the government will pay for it once again. So there will be a free flight going to Bacolod, to Cebu, to Visayas, and to Mindanao. So after 10 days in quarantine here in the hotel, there will be a bus to pick us up and we will be brought to the airport and there will be a free flights for OFW. So with the 10 days quarantine, the 7th day, they will be taking the PCR test and they will give the result on the 9th day and 10th day will be the checkout. Since I live in Negros Occidental and I already messaged our LGU and they told me that I just need to show the certificate that I had my quarantine here in Manila, PCR test, and I need to get a letter of acceptance so you can get this one in your own barangay. And after that, I need to upload all these documents in the espass.ph and I will get the QR code and that's it. If you will be having your quarantine in the province, I have 3 choices. The first one is home quarantine, so my family can get me in the airport and just do the home quarantine. The second one, I can stay in the facility in the city. And the third one is I can book a hotel in Bacolod. And since I'm working online and I really need to have a quiet environment and good internet connection, so I decided to just book a hotel in Bacolod and it's 4 nights. It's quite expensive, but anyway, what can I do? I need to have a good working environment. Alright, if you have more questions about the process or the things that you need to prepare, if this one is needed or not, then you can message me. And don't forget to subscribe on my channel. I will be talking about different important topics or interesting topics about living abroad. And thank you for watching. See you guys!